Hello, hello, friends. I'm all ready to go. We're just waiting to see when our players are ready. And today's session gonna be a heavy one, so fair warning ahead of time. Do we just undeaf anyway? Okay. Hello, hello.
Hey.
All right,
We're not ready.
Well,
I'm
you're
not
gonna
ready.
have to get ready. We have a prediction up in the chat.
Can I vote in this poll?
I believe you can, but that's kind of cheating because you and I are the only ones who know the answer. So we're not allowed. But yes, we have a prediction up in the chat. You can use your Twitch points to vote whether you think Fury will accept his resurrection. Yeah, we're having a late night sesh for some of our players. So big props to Dutch and Bowdy, especially considering the heavy nature of the session. But scheduling for the next little while might be a even bigger challenge than usual. And we left on such a cliffhanger. I really didn't want to leave it and risk it being like weeks of this. What's going to happen to Fury and the party addressing what's happened with Neri and stuff. So I at least wanted to get the beginning of that resolution happening before we potentially have a bit of a break. So thanks, players, for bearing with me. Briar is not with us today, but again, it works out because of the nature of what just happened. Gives me and Briar more time to plan out some stuff. And so before we get into it, I'm trying to do this somewhat quickly. So you guys have time, and B, our timer doesn't run out before, or we don't reveal the answer to the prediction before the timer's still going. Anyone have any announcements or life updates they want to share before we get into things?
I have a kitty.
I say you have a new kitty, not Dash. She's so little compared to Dash. She's such a baby.
Really is. She is. She's so cute.
She's a little baby.
She's very energetic right now.
So she already is more chill with you than my rescue cat of 2 years is with me. So I'm jealous. I'm like crying over here on the inside.
Your cat came with a fucking backpack, right?
Yeah, she came with some issues. But she's working on it. It's fine.
But she's the cutest.
Also means if Bowdy just disappears at one point, it might be because the new cat has turned off his computer. Because she's done that already.
She did today. I was playing Overwatch and then suddenly my PC said shutting down. I was like, hang on, wait, what? And then I looked down and I saw her jump away from my PC. I was like, oh, okay.
Did I do that?
Yeah. So yeah, that might happen.
Yep.
She is. But she's kind of, oh no, I got my dice out and she's like, ooh, what's that?
She's like, ooh, toys.
Yes.
Yeah, again, I highly, no, it's
very,
less satisfying.
very
I recommend going digital today while you just have
no.
new kitty.
Those are mine.
I mean, I guess
yours are on the floor.
No D&D, no Dungeon Select this weekend because it's Easter and people have obligations. But we'll be back.
Family tings. Yep.
It's my birthday next week, guys. Pog.
Woo! Happy early birthday to Dutch. Sorry I got you the world's worst present.
April 6th. Next Saturday. I'm gonna turn 29, dude. 29.
Oh, you're a baby.
I know, right?
He's just a little baby.
In the 20s. I'm gonna be 30 next year.
See,
guys.
I love this D&D group for so many reasons. I love this group for so many reasons, but one of them is this is one of the only D&D groups I'm in where I'm not like the mom, because there's other 30-somethings in the group with me, or 30-something plus, and it makes me very happy.
And a literal mom?
Yeah, and a literal mom.
A mother and a father in here?
And a father.
Yeah, you have a mom and a dad in here.
There you go.
I'm actually the youngest in this group. I'm not used to that.
No, Briar might be also.
Wait, is Briar younger?
I don't know. Briar's younger than me, but I don't know how much younger.
Than me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
younger than
low bar then. I mean, come on.
I'm like 2 months younger than Dutch, so.
Yeah,
I'll be
you and me
38
aren't
this year.
super
Can't believe it.
far in age. Like different.
No.
Yeah,
well,
man,
so
my
happy
birthday
early
next week's just
birthday
fun.
to Dutch.
Happy early birthday, Dutch.
Dude, I have, I got Monday off, and then it's 3 more weeks of work, and then I'll be on a 2-week leave because I'm going to Canada, and I'm looking forward to it. But I'm also giga nervous for the trip, dude. I hate traveling far distances. It's scary.
It'll be worth it, and you won't be traveling by yourself at least. So.
Yeah, no, but my social anxiety, bro. Ugh,
Yeah.
Out in public. Ugh, you know.
He's traveling with Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan and Duke are because their plane goes from UK to Amsterdam to Canada,
Right, gotcha.
and I hop on their plane because while
Nice.
they're on their pit stop in Amsterdam, I
Yeah.
hop on their plane, and then
Are you sitting near each other at least, or no?
me and Ethan did book seats next to each other, but I think Ethan is waffling, by the way.
Oh, about that seat thing.
I
Yeah,
feel like his seat change is for the London to Amsterdam bit.
oh, and that's why it hasn't
because
been
my
consistent with
seat,
yours.
because they may have, because my seat hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So I feel like Ethan is just being a little
Being Ethan.
dildo. But we'll see. But like my seat hasn't changed, and Ethan is claiming that like, oh, hey, move my seat away, your seat's up for grabs again. And I'm like, no, mate, I have the app. It says that the app's no.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's just waffling, but we'll find out.
Whatever.
When it happens.
Find
I guess,
out.
You know what I mean?
There's a few minutes left on our timer, by the way, because just a reminder, we had some character deaths last session, and we left off mid-revivify, so feel free to check out that poll and use your channel points if you have any. Right now, the only votes are for yes, so whoever has voted is confident that Fury is going to come back. So we shall see.
Oh, come back.
Well, the
That's
thing
that,
is,
okay.
right? The thing is, right? Like,
Yeah.
hear me out. Hypothetically, right? Fury dies, you want a Fury anymore. Fury resurrects, he's not going to be the same. So regardless, you're going to get a new character. If you think about it, really. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's
You
deep,
so-
man.
Kay's like, I don't like that answer.
I don't like that answer.
Right.
Regardless of what the outcome is, it's not going to be the same.
And Briar is in the chat. Hi, Briar. We miss you.
Hello.
Hey,
Before
Briar.
and now the last thing before we get started, especially given the nature of today's session and dealing with player death, it is a shorter session for us, so we're not planning on taking a break, but if any of you players want to break at any time, like if you're like, I need 5 minutes to either compose yourself or just not be looking at your screen, get a drink, do something, feel free to let me know. Don't be afraid to ask. All good. Or say we're at like hour and a half, and if it's even like, I think we need to call it here for the day, because like I'm hitting my limit of emotional stakes today, that's also perfectly fine. No judgment. Okay. I did that when one time. I did that when Daigen died. I made my lights red and I made them start flashing like a warning light. And the closer I got to death, I made them flash. Like, but then I realized, oh wait a minute. But anyone who's watching that doesn't like flashing, like epileptic warning. I was like, I probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, God.
That was
Oh,
intense.
God.
Oh god!
God.
Speaking of epileptic warning,
Sorry, guys. What the fuck? That was
aggressive.
extreme.
That was a bit much. That was
that was a lot.
aggressive.
lot.
That was
a lot.
aggressive. That was
Alright.
very
That
aggressive.
turned from ominous to rave real quick.
All right, there's 1 minute left on our poll, so if you want to vote in the poll of will Fury accept his resurrection, this is your time. And now I'll get into our recap. For anyone that is wondering why I'm talking about, today's going to be so heavy and stuff. And then we're going to get into it. We're going to start with, we're going to kind of like retcon like 10 seconds, because we're going to let Cole tell us how he's flavoring his Revivify, or if he's doing anything specific. And then we're going to jump into the minds of Neri first, and then Fury, and see what happens. Alrighty. So, last we left off. Hold on. I got to adjust the volume of things. There we go. And again, if the audio's off at any point, chat, let me know, like if you need music quieter, louder, etc. Alright. So last we left off, the Stormweavers continue to explore the depths of Kael Morrow, getting closer and closer to the answers they seek about the figure from history named Elixion and where to rescue him. Before they can gain access to a mysterious place called the Netherdeep, where he might be, it appears they must first breach an impenetrable barrier around a historic temple dedicated to the deity Corellon. While searching the perimeter of this barrier, our two tieflings, Fury and Neri, found some additional ruins to investigate containing murals as well as various tablets like the kind the Allegiance is searching for. Unfortunately, lurking in the shadows of those ruins were 4 scuttling serpent maws, vicious crustaceans that quickly descended upon the two, and before their party members could reach them, the worst had happened. Cole and Enna heroically got their bodies back to dry land at breakneck speed while Orion called some allies for help. Their nearby rivals who had just helped them fend off an aboleth before this encounter tried to save Neri with resurrection magic, but the spell didn't hold. Cole was about to try the same with Fury, and now the question is, will the magic of the Stormlord and the strength of their bond be able to do what Dermot and the Luxon could not for Neri? So Cole, do tell us what you do as you prepare for this revivify.
So I take out the diamond and I place it on his chest, and I'm mumbling my prayers under my breath. If you're not listening carefully, you just see his lips moving frantically. His hands are shaking as he's doing this, and he casts it, and he sees the diamond absorb into Fury's chest.
And then in that moment, we pause and we go into this extended state of limbo, and we jump into the mind of Neri. Now, Briar sent me this, and we did it together, so I'm not putting words in Briar's mouth, even though they're not here. As the final blows hit her before they could get her body out of there in her unconscious state, the first thing she saw, wherever she was a moonbeam, almost reaching down through the water, through the ocean, reaching towards her. And on that final blow, it encapsulated her, and she heard a voice that she could only believe was the Moonweaver herself. The voice said, "Thank you for following your calling, my child. You have done what you can, and what was needed. You helped bring the Weavers of the Storm to their path, and you will see them again. But now it's time for you to be with your parents again, for they've missed you." After the light and the voice, she felt dry and warm, and when the light faded, she realized she was sitting up at a makeshift bench and a table next to a large campfire, lyre in hand, playing and singing along with her parents, who are subtly glowing with the Moonweaver's light, a light she recognized when she first met Fury and Cole. Her mom, Fawn, was dancing around the campfire, kissing her fingers, planting kisses on her shoulder, or leaning in and kissing her husband, Velud, on the side of the face or the top of the head as she passed by them. Stars and the moon were out in full force. Fireflies could be seen shyly dancing along the tree line. She falters in her playing for a moment, thinking of Nessa and her friends. But she feels the Moonweaver's presence so much stronger than ever before, and basks in that comfort. That first night, she almost feels as if she's just watching herself and her parents enjoy a song, a fire, a meal. She tells them all about her friends and what they've accomplished, and instinctively reaches for the ornate dagger at her hip, only to find it isn't there. Before any panic can bubble up, Velud places a hand over hers and looks her in the eye. "There's no need, love." And for the first time, Neri believes that. And then we move into Fury's mind and the space where Fury occupies. And as those final blows were hitting him, Fury, what you see is a rather different image. You see a stormy nighttime landscape. Oh, gotta put the sounds up. And it's ahead of you. You are alone on this vast landscape. It's like fields for days at the dark of night as the storm rages. You can feel the presence of the Stormlord embodied in the lightning that forks across the sky and the thunder that seems to rumble the very stones beneath your feet. Not a drop of water in sight. To his left is one path. The storm rages on down this path, but you can feel your friends. You can feel the tug of your fellow Stormbro the most. You can almost see Cole's silhouette standing towards the end of that path, reaching out to you. On your left is another path, seemingly heading to a break in the storm over a distance. Parted clouds and the beginnings of light trickling through. Which path do you take?
That's a good question. Fury will stand there for a while, pondering, looking up and kind of yelling out into the storm. What's the fucking point? What's the fucking point of all of this?
As you say that out loud,
these people, and I fucking failed. What's the point?
As you say that out loud, you don't see a figure or hear a voice like Neri did, but lightning flashes, again illuminating that silhouette of Cole, and the hand reached out, and you can see his hand shining almost as if it were made of like diamonds.
He just angrily, like, he's angry, very angry, Like he's always had a bit of a temper, but this is like he's mad. He feels like he failed at what he was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to be the protector, you know, the tank, the one that takes the brunt of the damage and lives to tell the tale, to protect his new family, his friends. And he feels like he fucked up. Like he feels like he is responsible for what happened to him.
As you're thinking this, you see almost as if you haven't moved. Your feet don't move, but both the path, it's almost like you can see yourself like walking down both paths, like almost like the objects in the path start to move closer to you, but you're not taking a step, and you're seeing them both move simultaneously. And the image of Cole's silhouette moves a little bit closer, joined by the silhouette of your other friends, Neri included. But the other path, what you see, and like in the middle of the two paths, actually, you see like a tree appear, and a tree gets struck by lightning, sets on fire, and then it's like you're watching it in a time lapse, and you see the tree like burn. The fire eventually gets put out by the rain. The tree is a blackened husk of itself, and then you start to see again in time lapse the new rebirth of the tree start to grow. Its life cycle continues. You see new foliage sprouting. You see it continue to grow back stronger. You hear a voice in your head that says, "What often seems like failure at first can take time to see the true result." And it's a very gravelly, rumbly, like deep voice that you more feel in your body rather than hear.
He looks down both the paths. This entire journey is fucked. The path that we are on is fucked. This world we live in is so flawed. And I want to make a difference, but I don't know if we can. But that said, I'm going to give it one final try, but if I fail again, that's it. He starts walking towards his friends.
So, back to Kael Morrow, as you watch the diamond sink into Fury's body, everyone holds a breath, especially after what just happened with the unsuccessful with Neri, and this one moment seems to stretch for days, for an eternity. At one point, you're positive, okay, it's been ages, surely it didn't work, and that's when
I want to say, as that's happening, my hands are just like frantically clutching. And I'm like, no, I did it right. I did it exactly the way they told me to. This is how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to be back.
Yep. And as you're saying that, Dermot looks over you and in a like heartbroken, shaky, like he's trying to, like the voice of someone trying to believe what they're saying, but you're not sure they 100% do, goes, "Sometimes we can do everything right, and it just doesn't." And then as he's saying that, a gasp comes from Fury, and like eyes fling open. Everyone gets a little bit of a jump scare, and Dermot goes, "Oh, well, never mind then."
Are we in a dry bit, or are we in
you're in a dry bit. On the map, you're in the hallway, like out,
to one of the hallways as well. Okay, so I can go.
Yeah, you're in a dry area. Yeah, you're not underwater.
Cool. Yeah, so like Fury opens his eyes and just like gasps for air. And
so yeah, you see Cole immediately standing over you and like touching you, and you see your friends nearby, Neri lying on the ground, and the rivals at the other end of the hallway with Dermot leaning over Neri, or sitting next to Neri.
Like Fury will just kind of look around. And not even looking at Neri, just kind of like looking at Cole. Just you made a compelling argument. I feel like I got hit by a caravan.
You see Cole's just entire body relax. It was tense, locked up, and he just takes a deep breath and relax and closes his eyes and just mutters a prayer of thanks to the Stormlord, and then just kneels down and puts a hand on Fury's shoulder.
And
Looks
he's
up
still
and-
like not realizing that Neri died. He's just,
That's yeah.
it's the
I-
last time I separate myself from you guys, learn my lesson. I will not be doing that again. That hurt too much.
It's about that time that I look over and I see Neri's body still laying there, still.
Anna's kneeling next to the body, and she kind of has like this 1,000-yard stare, but you sense like an anger, like a bubbling, like imagine like a volcano, right? There's that anger that's starting to build in her, and she's not looking at anybody. She's just staring out, and she's trying to contain herself, and she doesn't say anything. And like she's still holding, Neri's hand, because she was trying to do CPR, and she's just holding it, and she's there, but she's not there. She's just trying to suppress all of that anger and guilt that she feels that it was her fault that the spell didn't work.
Okay. While that's happening, Io's gonna look at the other rivals, not say anything, but just like look at Maggie, Galceriad, Urban, and just kind of like look towards the door. And the 4 of them are gonna leave. Dermot's gonna stay, and they're gonna like slowly kind of back away because you're in that hallway that has like the 2 doors. They're gonna like leave unless someone stops them.
No, I'm not stopping him.
Yeah.
But
They feel like y'all need a moment, but Dermot's staying in case anyone has questions or because he feels responsible, or at least partially responsible for not being
at
able
this
to get.
point, Fury will look to the side to try and find his other friends that isn't just Cole, right? And then seeing Anna holding Neri, and Fury's kind of just looks at Anna and then looks back at Cole. Tell me it's not true.
I'm just kind of staring, like I had to choose. I had you in my arms. I had to choose. I only had 1 diamond.
And Dermot goes, I had a dime. You didn't. It wasn't really like you had to choose. I did try. Sometimes it's just people's time.
You hear like a snarl come out of Anna. She's just trying her best to not.
He like backs away a little bit.
I guess
It almost
that-
like she's like protecting the body, right? She's just like, don't. Because again, she's just trying to process what's going on.
Orion probably kind of snaps out there because he's also kind of just staring at Neri, and at that point realizes that Fury is up again. Turns around, grabs the what's it called, the potion of heroism, and just presses it against Fury's chest until he grabs it, and then turns around to Anna.
Fury will
And
kind of
puts a hand on her shoulder.
still looking, like kind of like looking past you. But like he'll feel something press against his chest, but it takes a while for him to like process and grab. So like you'll be standing there for like a hot like minute before he realizes you're trying to hand him something, because he is also like locked in on Anna and Neri.
Take it.
It should have been me. She came with me. She came to make sure I didn't get in trouble. I left you guys to check that fucking building. I fucked up.
I should have gone with you guys.
It should have been me, not her. And Fury will stand up, like very much like groaning and like in pain. And you can kind of see his eyes beginning, like they twitch. And he just turns away from the group and begins screaming. Like rage-induced screaming and just begins kicking rocks around the room, punching the wall until his knuckles bleed, headbutting the wall until one of his horns partially breaks, and like he is in a frenzy.
Dermot will just kind of like
Anna
leave you
sees
to
this.
it and just like turn away and try and not be in your way.
Yeah.
I think
same.
watching Fury, become
It's
furious
amazing.
and just angry. You see Anna, like, she glances over at Fury, because again, she has that 1,000-yard stare, and she sees that anger, that raw emotion come out of Fury. And, like, her lip curls, right? Because she's angry too, but she doesn't know how to let it out, right?
Yeah.
So she's very conflicted as well, because, like, again, Neri's in her lap, right? That's how I've pictured Neri is
Yep.
in her lap, and she just stares at him, and her lip curls, and you can see one of her hands just turn into a fist, like she wants to punch anyone that's close to her. So she's like very prickly right now. She's very prickly.
Ryan takes a step back.
Smart move.
Yeah. It is a tight hallway, but basically everyone else is like pushed kind of to the edges while Fury's in the middle, releasing his emotions.
Yes. I was heading towards Neri's body, and I pick up on Anna body language, and I stop, and I just crouch down. And
I watch your every move
exist.
as you do that.
I just exist in the space without approaching, staring at Neri.
I say to Cole, I was just like, is it too late? Have we done everything we could? Is she gone? Is she not coming back? And like she's starting to well up and
I just look at her and I give her just the most sorrowful look, and I continue to approach, and I just put my hand on her shoulder.
And Dermot says, typically the soul can only linger for so long. It's a very short window. Only truly advanced magic could probably help now. But
She
we
just
Is there
says
anyone
why.
in the city who could maybe help us?
I don't think
we're in a big city, right?
Yeah. Maybe. We're not really from here. We're tourists like you guys. You could try. But
There's no fucking point.
some
If her experience was anything like mine, she got presented with a choice, just like I did. She made a choice, just like I did.
upon hearing you say that, I guess that kind of like takes her out of it. Like she's still angry. And she said she made a choice.
well,
We didn't fail her. Right? We didn't fail her, right?
I did.
No one failed.
all did.
anyone.
I did.
No one
I
failed
wouldn't.
anyone. We were all here of our own accord. No one forced us to be here to do this.
Fuck this place.
We didn't do anything wrong. No one, none of us, did anything wrong.
Fuck this place. Fuck the Ruidium. Fuck the gods. Fuck everything.
while you say fuck the Viridium, Dermot just kind of ever so slightly puts his little Viridium weapon like behind his back. Awkward.
Awkward.
We're going back. We are not leaving her here. This
No.
Absolutely
this
not.
Ruidium
No,
shit
we're-
has been going on for so long. It can wait a few more days. She. Fuck this place.
Today, Fuck this place.
Let's
Well,
get
you
out
look
of
like you guys probably need some rest. And anyway, he like really he holds his hands up and really slowly walks towards Fury and goes, "Would you like? Do you want just to help get you out of here and feel a little bit better? Do you want some healing?"
What I want is my friend back. That's not going to happen, is it?
I tried.
He tried. He tried.
I know.
Okay. Excuse me. So where you're in this little hallway, is like there's the hallway that connected it to the other dry area was flooded, so you will have to go back and like swim for a second. You could probably do it, Fury, while holding your breath. Let me do math.
I got two. I can hold my breath for 2 minutes. So as long as
And you can move even with your half swim speed. You can move that because it's only 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It's like a few hundred feet. You can make that in 2 minutes swimming.
Cool.
I'll take my cloak off from, our group cloak. I'm gonna take off my cloak and wrap her body.
Yeah.
So that I can carry it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Cool. Excuse me. Now I have hiccups and coughing. What the heck's happening? Okay. So if you look at the map, you can go back north to those buildings, the dry areas north, and then back into the Allegiance base camp, and then back to the elevator, or the staircase to go up. You could also, because you could also stop in the Allegiance base camp. There are cots, there are things until if you need assistance to get her, because otherwise you have to carry her like 500 feet upstairs.
If no one else is making the move to do that, I'm picking Neri's body up and carrying her.
Oh, I was carrying her.
Okay,
because I wrapped her body in my cloak.
Is there a She was a follower of the Moonweaver, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we know if there's a temple in the city somewhere where we could maybe, I don't know, give her at least somewhat of an impromptu funeral with a cleric that knows what the fuck he's doing when it comes to that specific religion? I feel like that's the least we could do, right?
We'll find something.
Yeah. We also have to talk to Nessa.
Okay, so as you're traveling, when you go through the base camp, all three of them are going to be doing like the scholar thing where they're like pretty wrapped up in what they're doing. Well, Insight's finally sleeping. You don't see Insight. Remember, she'd been up for days when you last saw her, and your chat with her, I think, has finally made her realize even brilliant scientists or brilliant historians do need sleep sometimes. So you only see Zot and Scribble, the Goliath and the Kenku. They're on like the second floor working. So if you would like, you could pass through and uninterrupted, but they're on the upper levels if you wanted to stop and speak to them.
I think nobody really wants to talk right now.
I'd be polite, but I'm not stopping.
Okay. The guards, when you leave, you'll see the guards will go to like ask you, because there was a guard stationed right to ask you how you're like what you found, what was happening, and they go to talk to you and they see what you're holding, and they're just like, and they also kind of don't like bother you.
Stare them down.
Well, because also again,
Stare
like
them down.
people had used the word lethal, and the looks on the face of the guards you do pass, you realize this is not an unfamiliar sight down here. Neri is not the first to be victim to the creatures of this flooded city. And they give you that, like, very full of sympathy, empathy looks, but they don't say anything. They can tell you don't want to talk. They don't stop you.
Yeah, I mean, between me and Enna, I feel like Fury and Enna are just giving everyone the fucking death stare that dares approach. You know what I mean? If anyone comes close, it's either Enna or Fury that's just fucking glaring. So yeah.
Maybe a 500-foot climb up some stairs.
Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. What's the time of day when we like? I have no idea what the fuck. How long?
You were underwater for an hour. I'm trying to remember when you went
like,
down
morning-ish?
there. Yeah, it's probably late morning, I want to say. I really just start to note for Laura's improvement as a DM. Take better notes about like time at beginning of session, end of session. Write down exactly what time it is because I get so bad at remembering because we have gaps between when we play. I need to get better at this shit.
That shit too.
Anyway, as you get to the top, because remind me, it was Orion that called question, or was it Anna that called question?
No.
It was Anna because she was doing it with one
Yeah,
hand.
yeah, right. So you both had the
I called the group.
Yep. As you like start to see sunlight and bridge the top, you see a familiar shade of blue, a group of individuals like rushing towards the entrance, and you remember, oh yeah, I called them. And Question, there's 4 of them. Question leading this like small group all in Cobalt Soul uniforms. And you see they have also like packs on their shoulders. And Question is running over to you. You see her briefly, like a look of relief cross her face when she sees Cole. And then that relief wiped away when she only counts 4 of you. She's carrying something. And she gets you guys and goes, oh no, we're too late, aren't we? What happened?
And it's just like fighting back tears. She's just holding the body.
I wrap
And
Question up in a big hug and cry.
She'll just let you, like, hug you back and let you cry as long as you need to. She won't try and break the hug until you do. The ones you see with her standing back, and they're kind of like standing back and letting her take the lead, let her talk to you. Like they're not really engaging yet. There is a female Aasimar character that has very interesting markings on their face in white and a gold tinted skin, not like a metallic gold, but almost like it has this like warm glow kind of to it. You see a human male with gray hair, but looking like very fit, very young. So maybe one of those like their hair went gray very, very early in life kind of thing, like the 28-year-olds with like bright gray hair, an olive skin tone, and a like androgynous looking agender half elf with this like greenish bluish tint to the skin, and their hair is shaved almost completely, like very, very short sheared, but with like elvish runes in the design, like shaved into their forehead. And they're all wearing Cobalt Soul robes. Yeah, while Question is consoling Cole, do any of you, does anyone engage with the others, or do you just wait for them to finish their...
I don't take too long. It was just
Okay.
like, I just took a minute, let it out, and then
Okay.
composed myself.
Fury,
Okay.
Orion
Fury
is just
still
kinda
looks like he's
stunned.
bleeding out of his ass. Yeah, exactly that. Like Fury still looks like he's bleeding out of his asshole, right? He's still like he's fucked still, but he just all he's doing, he's not talking to anyone. He's not even giving anyone eye contact. He is just blankly staring into the distance, and it's just like angrily looking at his surroundings without really making eye contact with anyone. He's just.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like balling his fists and just like just anger, just angry boy.
Orion is similar in the sense of like just feels defeated, doesn't really know how to respond, doesn't really know what to like how to deal with it, since he's never really had any
Cat.
I never had any ow.
Never had any ow.
Oh, he's had plenty of ow.
Yep.
No,
He has those kitten teeth.
Again, as
more like claws.
as you look,
Yeah.
like Fury, as you look the most beat up, the Aasimar kind of like walks forward and doesn't say anything, but kind of gestures to you and has like on top of their Cobalt Soul things a badge that like almost like, you know, like medics wear badges with like crosses or things on them. They have like some universal insignia that implies like they know some healing, and they'll like hold up their hand and like out to you, seeming to non-verbally ask if you'd like some healing.
No, I haven't earned it.
They'll nod and step back into the group. Questions like, oh, well, come on, let's get out of the street. Let's get back. I guess to your to the rooms.
We need. Is there a? Where do we take her?
There is a Moonweaver temple in the guided district, maybe.
That's where we're going then.
Let me check.
We should probably tell Nessa to meet us there before we do anything. I feel like she
Miri
should do
had
that, right?
she had a sending stone to her, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably. I think so. Yeah. She used it. She used it once when we were there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she has a sending stone.
She does, yeah.
Yeah.
Question says there is also in that district there is a place called the Crossings of Eventide. It's kind of like a multi-religious burial ground that has tombs for people that did things worth remembering, and I feel like she'd definitely have earned a place there.
She deserves so much more, but I suppose it'll do.
Well, she'd be in good company. Alright, so you'll start heading towards the guided district. A question will be directing you where that is. I think, let me check. Because you might be in... You're pretty close, actually. Guided district is there. Okay, you're... It's east. It's like the eastern edge of the city. You're close to Central City, yeah. So you'll be heading out east in Ank'Harel.
Central City? That's where the Flash lives.
The other three individuals that came with her, you'll see her go, oh, 1 second. Clearly you don't need... these are some of my friends. We brought some supplies for you down there, but I guess I'll just tell them to bring them back. We can give them to you before you go back down there, because clearly you're not... You're up here now. I'm sorry. I'm confused. And she'll go talk to them and, seemingly tell them to, like, head back to the, Temple of Ioun, and to meet you there. And so she'll walk with you guys eastward to the guided district. You will eventually come to, well, if you choose to take her to the place question thought of, there is a place, and you see a sign that calls it the Crossing of Eventide. And it is massive, because you see it's at the edge of the city, and this edge of the city has some, like, cliffs around it. Let me pull up little... Oh, wait, this is on above VTT. What am I doing? Go to the Ank'Harel map to show you guys. So see how the guided district is this, like, skinny one that I just pinged on the eastern edge of the city. This, like, kind of skinny shape that, like, clings out, and those are kind of like cliffs or like sandstone and, like, reddish mountains at the edge of that city, like stone. So they go up pretty high, and hewn right into the edges of it, you see there's, like, a 200-foot high series of tombs carved right into the cliffs, and there's, like, little, like, rope pulley ladders that go up to the ones all the way at the top, and it goes for, like, miles. And inscribed either under or around each of the occupied stone tombs are writings that tell of the deeds of those that are buried here. And there's also like reliefs and artwork around some of them that depict like heroic battles, that depict people that seem to be very powerful, like casters, maybe people that seem to be brilliant minds, because there's more like academic or historian depictions around their tombs. And there are crystal braziers that hang throughout the necropolis as well.
What a good word. Necropolis. Good word.
City of the dead. Necro, dead, polis, city.
The RDM's kind of smart, guys. Isn't that crazy?
I like languages. So yeah, there is like a seemingly kind of like a small building, almost like bigger than a toll booth, but like a very small little like office. I think that's where you can go and like purchase a tomb and like say what you want written on it, so that the stonemasons will come in and scribe it for you.
Did someone send for Nessa?
Fuck.
So
As far as Cole knows, that sending stone is in Neri's pocket.
It is.
All right. I put her down. I take the cloak off of her, and I don't uncover her face because I can't look at her face, right?
Yeah.
And I say, Mother above, please forgive me, because I have to like touch her body, right? She's dead, right? So she looks up and she starts patting around for the sending stone.
You'll find it eventually after searching her inventory, her pockets, her stuff. Quite a few other interesting things in there too.
I take the sending stone and I just hand it out. I don't give it to anybody. He's like, I can't do it. I can't.
I take it. Nessa, it's Cole. Please meet us at the
Crossings of
Eventide.
Crossings of Eventide.
Crossings of Eventide. Hurry.
You hear, hurrying, should I be concerned?
One time you still, I can't respond.
Yeah, she is on her way there.
Is there someone in
Might
the
we wrap her?
vicinity that looks like a cleric that is wearing the like Moonweaver get-up insignia? Anything?
There isn't anyone wearing any dedicated to one deity, but it looks like there are two attendants in that, again, like office building structure. It's like just a little small like one like bungalow, like one like 2-room little house. And they are wearing, though, it seems like, well, one of them has to you and Cole recognize, one of them has garb that looks more like Raven Queen geared. The other one just seems to be wearing more neutral, just like robes, a mantle, but no specific color, insignia, kind of like, imagine the most like basic religious figure you could kind of vibes, but then with a symbol on it, on their robes. That is the symbol on the sign that says Crossings of Eventide, which looks like the crystal braziers that are hung up. It's like one of those with a sun setting behind it is like the logo.
They've all got those
that.
coexist logos.
Yeah.
Embroidered into their robes.
Yeah.
I'll approach that guy.
Okay.
Hi, our friend. You do she's dead. She was a follower of the Moonweaver. We don't know how the fuck to give her a proper send-off. Please tell me that you or someone you know does, because it's urgent.
Yes, we can do that. We have some other disciples of the Moonweaver that rest here we are so sorry for your loss. Our deepest condolences. Let me see. He goes and gets like a thick ass book, like a tome, like the kind he puts it down, like some dust comes off and it makes a noise.
God damn.
And like starts flipping through some pages and says, yes, section 6, 107 available. Moonweaver section, yes. What is the name? And what would you like? Do you like anything in particular written, or just
I'm not sure what the ceremonies are like, but her name was Neri, and whatever the disciple of the Moonweaver says is the usual way things go. I'm sure that will be okay.
Well, typically it's a moonlight ceremony for obviously we'll pick a tomb that there is a small skylight so the light of the moon can find her tomb always, and there's just a short ceremony, something along the lines of may the light of the moon always guide your path for now till the end of your adventures in this world and the next, and then you have a chance to say some things if you'd like.
Yeah, that was what I was going to request. As long as we have a chance to say our goodbyes, that would be great. So can we leave her with you for
yes,
now?
we'll prepare everything for the ceremony tonight. Yes, we can do that.
Okay, thank you. Whatever it's going to cost, just let me know and it'll be fine. I'll take care of it.
Sure. And they'll go ahead and start. But you can leave her here, and it looks like there is like a bed, like a small bed. Clearly not one made for comfort, because clearly it is for people who no longer need comfort, but a bed for people to bring their deceased while they are prepared.
Yeah, I'll approach Anna, and I'll say, so the ceremony will be tonight because Moonweaver requires the moon to be present, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can leave her in that bed. I guess we'll wait for Nessa to show up and tell her what happened, and I guess we'll just have to power through the day and then come back tonight for
All right.
the ceremony. And we have a chance to say our goodbyes as well as part of the whole thing. So I suppose we can spend the afternoon and the rest of the morning thinking about what the fuck we're going to say.
She's very soft-spoken. She just doesn't. She's going through the motions.
Yep. And question, it's like not to be crass or thinking about this part of it, but I'm sure the Cobalt Soul will be happy to pay for the cost as well, considering it's part of on our behalf you were down there.
Yeah, that would be nice. I did offer to pay, but in all honesty, I have no idea what the fuck I just offered, you know?
It's fine. It's fine. We've got it. And she'll walk over and basically tell him, like, invoice the Cobalt Soul, like send it to them, and she shows like a something like a badge or a membership, like proves that she is officially with them.
I approach the bed and I gently put Neri's body down, and I say, I'll come back for the cloak later.
I'll look at Cole and just. You mind just having a little sidebar at some point today? Maybe when we go back to the Cobalt Soul or something, just to kind of, I don't know, talk, you know?
Of course.
And Fury, you do also notice, because remind me, what did we decide for your tattoo that you got? Your magical tattoo? Do you remember?
It's like the emblem of the Stormlord, and when it was magical, there was like
It
a
was
storm
raining,
cloud,
yeah.
and that storm cloud kind of dissipated, and now it's just the logo.
Yeah, because like the actual active rating and stuff is gone. So you also
Yeah.
can reasonably guess that the magical element of your tattoo is also faded.
No more water breathing. Fuck yeah, dude. Insult to injury is what they call that.
Before you leave, the guy was, what would you like done with her belongings? Would you like them buried with her? Do you want to keep any? Or not buried, but entombed with her, I guess is the better word.
Fuck.
I guess we should let Nessa decide that.
Yeah.
Nessa's.
Nessa.
Yeah, Nessa's on
She
her
should have to say.
Okay, we'll keep them aside, and when you come back tonight, if you haven't decided, they can just be entombed with her.
Yeah, I mean, we're waiting here for a little bit because there's one more person coming that has yet to find out her fate. So, give us a moment.
Cool. 1 second to confirm something with Briar.
Briar, what shit we keep? What shit you want to be buried with you?
Okay. No, I had a different question.
What
All
is
right.
your last one testament?
What do you want buried with you?
So
Oh,
while
guys, Briar just said in chat that her tattoo has 3 more charges. So, like, I'll just rip the skin off Neri and use that.
oh god.
Thanks, Briar. Sick, dude. That's really helpful. Twat.
So
I'm not
while you wait around the front in awkward silence, eventually Nessa, her lovely red-headed, befreckled lover, will walk up, and in her notebook, just like, geez, who died? I get it. Necropolis, funeral, and then sees that no one laughs and is like, okay, bad joke. I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
We all give her the most.
And then she counts and goes, oh, worst thing I possibly could have said. Okay, yep. And like turns away from you for a second, and you hear some like deep breaths for a minute as she like processes, she composes, and eventually turns back to you guys, goes, what happened?
I happened.
We happened.
I split off from the group. Neri came with me to cover my ass and got her killed. That's what happened.
I couldn't save her.
We should have all been there.
She like has one of those like almost like a small little like chuckle to herself as she looks down, and some tears come out, and she looks at you and goes, Neri always ever did exactly what she wanted and never what anyone else wanted or expected, and was always in charge of herself. So trust me, this is on her. But she wouldn't want it any other way.
I have to take your word for it.
Trust me, you couldn't tell her anything. I mean, hell, I've been chasing her for how many years now? Although the little fucker had to go and do the one thing I asked her not to do. I was kidding. Before she left, I was like, hey, you're not allowed to die if I'm not there.
So it's your fault. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, so tonight there's going to be, I don't know, funeral ceremony. I don't know,
Yeah.
led by someone that follows the Moonweaver. Feel like that's appropriate, right? Given Neri's religious background. The guy asked what to do with her belongings. I feel like you're probably the best person to judge, what had sentimental value, what didn't, what would she want to be entombed with her or whatever. So that's
Yeah,
how you.
okay. Hold on, don't go anywhere. She's gonna go in and talk to the guy, and she's gonna come out, and she is going to have like a bag of some of Neri's stuff, the stuff that she is going to give to you guys. So in the bag of stuff she's gonna give to you guys, I'll write this down,
Thank
you can distribute it later. Don't worry about it now. Put a stream marker so I can write this down later. She is gonna give you guys a potion of greater healing that she had on her, a vial of ruidium, just because she doesn't know what that is. She's like, I don't want this. She is going to give you her moon touched, or no, she's gonna leave that with her. And she'll give you her regular rapier and a oracle deck of cards she'll give to you guys. And you see she as she's giving you these things, and then she says, I think with her we're gonna leave her father's lyre and her mother's pendant to be buried with her, because I know if she's anywhere, she's with them right now. And what she'd want would be to be making music with them. So she'll need this. The rest of it, I don't think she would need to take with her. But she's also, as she says that, you'll see her put a very ornate looking, very fancy dagger on her belt. That I'll say Cole and Fury, because they traveled for the longest, know that also belonged to Neri.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucked.
And then she had a moon touched rapier, like a gift from the Moonweaver, and I think we can maybe have that like mounted above her tomb.
I think
And
she
then
would like
the
that.
lyre and the pendant with her.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I suppose
Thanks for calling me.
yeah, of course.
The least we could have done.
Yeah, well.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'll see you guys tonight.
You
Gonna
guys, I'll meet you guys back at the Cobalt Soul. I need to be alone for a little bit. And Fury just fucks off.
She looks at you guys and goes, like the rest of you that are still there. Not that it's my place. Is he okay on his own right now? Like he looks pretty beat up. Do you want me to try and follow him? And you can call me if you need tabs on him.
I think he just needs some time alone.
Like, no, I don't think he's okay.
He's not okay.
But following him or trying to go with him isn't going to help.
Okay.
He can take care of himself. He'll be okay. Just,
I mean, I know we don't really know each other that well, but can I maybe hang out with you guys this afternoon until? Because
Absolutely.
thanks. And she like wipes some more tears. So are we drinking, or are we just like processing? What do you guys want to do?
Is there a garden or like a park in the area?
Not in this area. Again, back to above. VTT.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the map and it looks like a hefty walk.
Yeah, there's anywhere like those big green patches. There's also the biggest one in the river district around that like river dome, but there's also this green like area here kind of in the center of the city that has some nice like paths and walkways and like shaded areas.
Are we like here?
Yeah, you're right at the edge. You're like here right now. Because these cliffs are like
okay,
where
okay.
her tomb is going to be.
Got it.
So yeah, you can go find like a more park-like a green area. There's actually a closer one. Hold on. If I zoom in, it's much smaller. Like you wouldn't be able to find a place by yourself, but there is this little like parkette mini park where I just pinged. But if you wanted like seclusion and a green space, you'd have to go further to that other one.
Sure. I'm gonna go for a walk, y'all. I need to be alone. I totally get what Fury is going through right now. I just need to recenter myself. And I'll give, like, does anybody have a sending stone? Like, if you want to contact me, you can do that. I just need to be alone right now.
Well, why don't you take you can take mine that I used to have, and then looks at Cole. Obviously, you have
I don't
the other
have
one.
the question when Orion has the question.
No, this one, because like the Neri Nessa pair, basically Nessa's giving the Nessa one to Enna, and now you guys have Neri's pair.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Anna has the question one.
Yeah.
Enna has the question one. You have okay. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
You have Maggie. Enna has question, and now
That's
she's
right,
also
Maggie.
giving Enna this one. So you have.
Yeah.
Okay. We all like trade.
I'll give
stuff.
Maggie's to somebody else.
Oh, you mean questions? Questions. Yeah. So
Can I
now
have-
Cole has questions. You have this one, and you have Maggie's. Cool. Sending stone, hot potato, broken telephone. For real.
I also need to do something real quick. I can meet you guys later.
Sounds like we are all just
Well, okay then. I guess.
doing our thing.
Yeah,
Where
because
do
I
you
don't want to.
wanna-
When I was just kind of tagging along with you guys, that felt less weird. But I don't want to just like pick one person and intrude upon your solitude. So I'm gonna go, drink alone, and I will see you guys tonight.
Okay.
Where are you drinking? I'll come join you after I'm done.
I was just gonna walk until I found a place. Probably, maybe. How about I'll go with you on your way to the park, and then the first tavern we pass, I'll peel off, and you'll know which one it is, so you can get back there.
Sure, sounds great.
And Cole, I'm guessing you're gonna go find question for the afternoon.
Yeah. We were. Yeah. Just figured Yeah. Just quiet time.
Okay, so then, does anyone have anything specific you want to
I already
tell
did
us
too,
about
but,
what you're doing
like
on your alone time?
Fury's going to I'm sure there's a Stormlord adjacent place somewhere in the city.
Yeah.
If not, correct me, but and he is just going to spend a couple hours getting the shit kicked out of him and kicking the shit out of people.
With your 1 hit point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
You do non-lethal damage.
You can't do non-lethal damage. Yeah.
That's the whole point of the religion, bro.
We're fighting, so we heal each other, but
Yeah.
He's just gonna do that for a couple hours, just
Cool.
getting the shit kicked out of him and kicking the shit out of people for a little bit. And then
Cool.
Eventually, he's not gonna bother trying to find his friends. He's just gonna go to the nearest pub and have some drinks on his own. To be honest, he's gonna fuck it. I don't know where the fuck the rest is, so I'm just gonna go get some alcohol.
Well, I would say like before we all split up, just meet back here at
Like set a time.
just
At dusk?
going down.
Yeah, at
Yeah,
dusk, since they
sundown,
need
yeah.
moonlight for the rituals, so meeting right before the sun goes down is probably your best bet.
Yeah.
Anyone
Orion
else?
Yes, Orion is going to the place where he changed Fred
Oh, yeah, that's right.
to resummon him.
Cool. So yeah, you will be resummoning Fred.
Yes, I'm going to resummon Fred, and once he has Fred, it like everything that has happened kind of hits him, and he just holds Fred and starts crying.
Oh. Fred like nuzzles in and tries his best to be supportive and be helpful.
I
Anna?
look to Nessa, and I stick my elbow out, to if she wants to put her elbow in mine,
Yeah.
and we walk together. I
And
say to her,
she also is a master of the silent sob as much. So she's like, whole time you're like just tears consistently, almost as if she's like intentionally just like one at a time, like one and one, then one. Like it's the most like graceful. She's a very pretty crier. You're almost annoyed by how pretty of a crier she is. But yeah, like there's none of the like breathing, the sobbing, the snot, but just a constant pretty cry while you're walking.
So I have my arm on her arm, and we're walking linked together. We get to, this park. I assume she finds we pass like a pub
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So when we break away, I say, just give me a little bit of time, and I'll meet you here. We can have a couple drinks together to Neri.
Sounds good.
I end up going to the park, and I try to find, the most secluded area where she can just sit down and meditate, to the mother above. And nobody knows this, but she does play the pan flute. So, like, she takes out her pan flute and just kind of plays it to herself, and she plays, like, this merely mournful song, almost as in, like, practice, because she wants to play it for Neri. So after she's there and meditating and playing her pan flute to herself, she leaves and goes back to join Nessa with the drinks.
Perfect. And Cole, Question will basically she'll like follow yearly. Like if you want to talk, she'll talk. If you want like contact, she's there. If you just want like that presence of like, I want someone around in the room, but I don't necessarily want to be interacting. I just need that nearby like presence while you kind of like sit and process. She will just do whatever you need for comfort. She's there.
What I end up doing is I kind of just like talk through the events as I experienced them, not really like putting much into it other than just explaining what happened. I guess I'm not looking to like
a this happened, then this happened, then this happened,
and then this. It's almost like I'm recounting to see if there was something I could have done differently, or just something. But like, really, I'm not looking for that. I'm just reciting it.
Gotcha. She does take a few notes while you're telling her, just so they also have a log. Do you tell her about the rivals being down there and how they got down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have told her. I wouldn't have been thinking about it. My mind's not on politics and shit like that. My mind's on. I just lost. I just lost my friend. I'm recounting the events, just trying to go over it in my head so that I don't forget, so that I know exactly what this felt like. Like this, it's an experience that I've had, and I want to make sure it's locked in my mind. And in that process, I absolutely do not hide anything about their presence or their appearance or how they got there or anything.
Okay, he's a snitch. Gotcha. She will let you recount all those things. She won't like interrupt you. She won't like probe for more details or anything. When you're done,
make it clear that like I think of them as friendly.
I was like, because if when you were done, she would give it time and she'd ask like she wouldn't even say much. She would just say, "Do you trust them?"
Well, it's kind of that part where they were saying like, if you just let us explain blah blah blah, like I promise we're not here, we're just using the blah, blah. And I explained that.
Yeah.
But it's I don't put a lot of like feeling or emotion into what I'm talking about, and I'm recounting events accurately and trying to make sure that they're accurate.
Okay.
At some point through the night, I would take out my sketchbook that I haven't sketched in a long time, and sketch Neri smiling with Nessa.
Question is also going to just join you and also make like artwork of Neri, but it's going to be
way better than mine.
But it's going to be like Neri, but like half of it is Neri and the other half is like Neri but as the Moonweaver, kind of like Neri / Sehanine.
Let's go.
Kind of thing.
That's
all right.
That's all I do.
So that is how you all spend your afternoons waiting for the sun to set. At some point, again, if you choose to, you'd also have plenty of time to make sure you also, like, eat something, drink something, whether it's rations, whether you get food from somewhere. I'm sure most of you don't, because grief does that. Eating's the last thing you usually do, but...
At some point, after getting the shit kicked out of him, so, like, I mean, we arrived at the, we left the underground bit, and it was still morning, right? So
It was like noonish, right? Like,
it was, like, late
somewhere...
morning, nearing midday, yeah.
So, like, somewhere in the, I don't know, like 2, 3 p.m. realm, after getting the shit kicked out of him for a couple hours, he'll have gone back to the Cobalt Soul for a little bit. He'll look for Cole and kind of, like, knock on his door at some point.
Yeah.
Probably in the questions room.
Yeah.
But,
You will find them eventually.
Yeah, we're there. We're not hiding or anything.
You'll see that they're sketching. Question will look to Cole for answer, like she's letting you take point on all things this afternoon.
I'm like, you'll see, like, Fury already looked messed up, but, like, he looks like he's got his, it looks like he got hit in the face with a brick wall. Like,
yeah.
A couple of chipped teeth, one of his horns now
bruising,
like, swollen cheek. Can we have a little talk for a little bit?
On one condition.
Hmm?
I reach out, touch his shoulder, and cast Cure Wounds.
Son of a bitch.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
I hope he does, yeah. So that's at whatever level I'm looking at here. 3rd level, so that's 3d8 plus 4.
Yes.
That's going to be 6, 7 is 13, 14, 15, 16, 19.
19.
Points of healing. Bitch. Yeah, and I just kind of give a look to question.
I promise I won't take him away from you for too long. Question. I just need.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I'm just here trying to help.
You do more for him than you realize.
I'm sorry we couldn't get there faster. It's just,
Nothing to apologize for.
It's a big city. It's a big hole.
A lot of us are to blame for a lot of things, but you are not on that list. You're good.
Okay, well, I'll be back later, I guess. And she'll leave and let you guys, even though it's her room, she'll leave and let you guys like have a chat.
She picks up on context clues. I'm so proud.
she's real good.
Getting better.
She passed that test. Yeah, I'll just kind of. I'm sure there's a chair at a desk there somewhere that I'll do like the dad thing.
Oh, before you get too into it, I want to resend Than a captions link because I don't think yours is working anymore for some reason.
Crap, I hadn't even been looking.
So Cam's gonna go wonky for a second.
Sorry.
Just because I feel like this might be an important conversation, so people probably want to hear it.
What gave you that idea? All I do is waffle.
Or people probably want to read it, I guess, is the better.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, no, Fury does the dad thing where he like takes a chair and instead of sitting on it like this, he'll turn it around.
The Riker maneuver over the back of it.
Yeah, exactly. And just kind of looking at Cole. And you're certain that by choosing me, that Neri's death had nothing to do with that choice, right?
I look him dead in the eyes. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't know. Well, I didn't. Neri wasn't there when I got to you. I literally picked you up and hauled you into that hallway, and immediately started casting. I didn't look at anyone else. I didn't. I circumstances were what they were.
I understand. I fucked up. I'm supposed to be the one stopping you idiots from dying. But
You
instead,
didn't.
what did I do? Moseyed off on my own, knowing we were in unexplored terrain, get fighting fucked up, go fuck yourself fish, big aquatic monster trying to use me to kill you guys. And even though that happened back to back, me being incapacitated, unable to protect you, what did I do? Fucked off on my own. Look where that got us. Huh? Got myself killed, and that wouldn't have been that big of a deal, right? But in doing so, I got nearly killed. And that is something I will never be able to let go. And I am so incredibly mad. I'm broken. I don't think I'm questioning everything right now. I fucked up. I got one of my friends, one of my family members killed. And I don't think I'll ever be able to forgive myself for that. No matter how much other people will claim, well, it's not your fault. It was. It fucking was.
I wait until Fury's done. I give him all the time. I give you all the time you need to say your piece. And I say, none of us knows what's coming, what's around the corner. And we all make decisions in the moment based on all the available information that we have. You going out there is no more to blame than me not going with you. I made the
fucking
choice.
crabs of all things. Fucking crabs.
Fucking crabs. It's always something. It doesn't matter.
Couldn't have been a cool, badass fucking sea monster. It had to be fucking crabs.
We can tell people that it was something way cooler if you want. Or we just don't have to talk about it at all.
Prefer that one.
But you are no more at fault for going than we were for not going with you. So if you're going to blame yourself for that, you have to blame us too. And I don't want to do that, do you? Because I know you.
I don't feel the same, you know? I feel different. I feel...
Right.
I've never been really good with emotions in general, right? I mean, you know, I'm a funny guy, Oh, real feelings. Oh, let's crack a joke at the situation. That's what I do. But all I feel, and all I want to express right now is violence. I want to hit something. All the time. I just spent 2 hours getting the shit kicked out of me. And the only reason I left was because there were no more people to kick the shit out of. They ran out. Right. I'm so fucking angry.
You should know that it's okay to feel angry. I don't know what to think. I feel like we were not prepared for what we were about to face. And I think we were so eager to prove ourselves and to find this elixir and figure out this puzzle, and that I think we bit off more than we could chew.
Yeah, that's bullshit, by the way. This whole thing we're doing, fucking bullshit. When I was, I don't know, dead, I suppose. I started questioning everything, right? What the fuck are we doing? Everything is fucked. What's the fucking point? That is one point. I will say that if this happens again, that's it. Fuck this. But nearly dead. We better fucking see this through, or else that will have been for nothing. And if her death needs to mean something. Because if it doesn't, we've wasted the life of someone way better of a person than me, that's for fucking sure.
I understand. I just wish you didn't beat yourself up over it as much as you do. And hopefully one day you'll get to that point. We were all down there by choice, and we all do everything we did by choice. And we can't change it. All we can do is move forward, and I want answers now more than ever. But I want us to be ready.
Mm-hmm. That brings me to my next thing. That fucking group. Yeah, they saved us a couple of times, sure.
Yeah.
I don't fucking trust them. It's way too coincidental, right?
They're always there.
They're always where we are. And
always.
You know, at the beginning it was like a funny little rivalry thing, and that's cute or whatever. Who gives a fuck, right? Like, sure. But the stakes are real. This is not your average, oh, I'm a farmer and my cows are getting kidnapped by griffins. Oh, please, adventurers, go help. Oh, whichever adventurer kills the griffin first gets the prize. This is something different, right? Stakes are way different. This is life or death. This is the fucking fate of the world. Fuck knows. That this is too coincidental. So I think before we go back down, we talk to them above ground.
Yeah.
And as soon as we notice one little thing that doesn't add up, we tell them, don't fucking follow us, or else there'll be consequences. I don't want them if there's one thing that doesn't make sense, they better stay away. Because I will wring their necks. Each and every single one of them.
I do not disagree with you. It's too much of a coincidence that they're always at the right place. They're always where we are.
At the right time.
Every time.
Swooping in to be heroes, to save us. Right.
And they were all decked out. Did you see?
Yeah, they're using the fucking shit that we're supposed to stop spread into the world. Like, yeah, okay.
Exactly. And they can say all they want about just hear us out, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll hear you out. But I'm with you. I don't trust it.
Me neither.
And we've already lost too much to not be on our guard with everyone else we meet.
If we decide to go back, when we decide it's time to go back down there, we're going alone.
We're going alone, and we're going with clear eyes.
Exactly. I don't want to have to worry about constantly looking back to make sure we're not being followed by this group of whatever the fuck they are. I don't care.
We just don't know their motives. We need to know their motives. And
exactly. Because I don't care who they are. If I deem them a threat to the rest of my family, I don't give a fuck how nice they were and how I don't know, whatever, and the good times we did have with them on occasion. I don't give a fuck. If I get the sense that their intentions aren't aligned with ours, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that they don't pose a threat to you guys. I don't give a fuck who they are.
We are going to talk first, though.
I suppose so, if we have to.
We have to.
Fine.
Neri wouldn't want us just going off. She would want us to do things the right way. And that's what we'll do from now on. We're not gonna get ahead of ourselves.
That's a dick move. Saying Neri wouldn't want that. That's fucked up. Now you know I can't disagree with you, fucker.
It's true, and it also works.
It does.
Double whammy is what we call that.
I
Just stick with us. Just stick with it.
I'm gonna go take a nap
Probably a good idea.
for a couple of hours. And are you sticking around here the rest of the night until it's time, or are you in question going to head out?
I'm not going anywhere until it's time to go there. So
Alright, yeah, just
we can all go together. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
just come get me whenever you guys are ready to leave. I'll come with.
Sounds good, man.
Alright, and thank you for saving my ass.
Anytime.
I saw you. I saw all of you. And, you made some
You dream.
compelling arguments.
You're dreaming about me? And you're...
Well,
just
no, I mean,
doing a stupid grin.
Dream about punching that fucking stupid smile off your face right about now.
Would you like to? Would it make you feel better?
I don't fucking know.
I literally just turned like so. Just offer my face.
Probably not.
Okay.
I like the idea more than the actual thought of doing it. You know what I mean? I like the idea of doing it, but I don't think I'd like the actual punching you in the face, especially after today. Maybe in a few days' time when I've had some time to decompress.
We'll get some worship in.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you and Bashir get back to whatever it was you were doing.
We were drawing, and I showed him the
Yeah.
picture that I was drawing.
Is that what they call it nowadays?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Hmm.
And then I point over at questions. I'm like, yeah, she's the artist.
Yeah, maybe she can teach you a thing or two.
She already has.
More ways than not.
And,
All right.
Fury will leave, and assuming the question is there somewhere, I'll just gonna. He's all yours again, and we'll go to my room and.
She'll before you leave, she'll go like as if like arms out, like she's gonna give you a hug, but like slowly gauging if you'll be receptive, and if you at all seem like back away or because she won't, she'll be like, okay.
Look at her, walk past her, and just like pat her on the head as he walks past.
And then go ow because you hit her horns.
You you mean a lot to him. It's just you're you make him happy. I don't know.
Well, so do
Feel aware
you.
of that.
Just in a different way.
Yeah. Well, how would you know? No. Meeting you has been good for him. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Well, we'll see you this evening, I guess.
Yeah, just I told him as well. But just come fetch me whenever you guys are heading out, and I'll come with.
All right, so a few more hours will pass. Everyone will be either resting or continuing to do the activities you mentioned before, and then you can either all meet up like here and then walk back to the Crossings of Eventide together, or you can meet up at the Crossings of Eventide. Either way.
Yeah, Ryan would probably go back to his room for a little bit as well, and then make sure to be like at the entrance.
Okay.
To intercept the rest before leaving.
Okay, so you all meet up, joined by Question and Nessa, head back there, and when you get there, the head cleric will say that everything has been arranged and like gesture for you to follow him, and you will have to take like one of their like rope pulley elevators to the top, so that way her tomb could have the moonlight coming through. It needs to be one of the ones on the top level, of course, so they can make like a skylight basically. And there is so it's like a recession carved back into the rock that goes, say, like maybe like 12-ish feet back into the rock, and there is a stone like a stone casket or sarcophagus in the middle, like the kind where you get like the really heavy lid you can like push off if you wanted to. And but she's in there. The lid is off right now, resting against the thing, so you can see her. It's like an open one if you'd like, unless they'll ask you on the way up if you want it closed, and they'll close it before you go in there, or would you like it open for the ceremony?
I'm fine with open.
So they recommend open because then she can be to feel the moonlight on her face for the last time.
That's what I recommend as well. Then that's
okay.
Her faith.
Yeah, and so again, you see her moon touched rapier has been like mounted over the entrance to her like her specific tomb, and that along with her name carved in is one of the ways like hers is identifiable. And you go in, and her lyre is she's wearing the pendant that Nessa mentioned. Her mother's pendant is like worn and like placed on top of what she's wearing, and she's like, and the lyre is placed over top of her, and her hands are like holding the lyre over top her body. And he says, would you like to speak first, or would you like to speak after I perform the rites?
Whatever.
I look at Nessa.
Nessa's like, Nessa says, I think we should just not get this over with. That sounds callous, but the sooner the better. Just so I can not have to be here and looking at her anymore. That also sounds terrible. I hope you know what I mean.
No, I totally know what you mean.
I understand. Why don't you go first so that you can hang back for the rest of the time?
She looks like she starts welling up a lot and like choked up, and she starts like having again that really like controlled breathing, but also like breathing's an effort, and goes, I didn't think I'd be able to, so I wrote this. And she takes out parchment and she puts it under the lyre, like under Neri's hand, as if so she's like she can take them with her and read it wherever she is. But I will say she taught me a lot. I know our relationship started, I was the teacher, she was the student, and she might say I taught her half of what she knows, but I think before she left it was probably the other way around. And then she'll back away.
I'll step up and I wish I could have had more time to spend with you, because I know that you had so much more that you would have accomplished. But I'm so grateful for the time that I did have in your presence. And I hope you're able to rest peacefully, knowing that you left your mark on us. And I just kind of pat her on the forehead gently, and then back away.
I'll step forward, and she looks down to Neri, and she recites a prayer. She says, "Deep peace to you, Neri. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars and moon to you." And in that moment when she finishes that prayer, she ultimately says goodbye. She casts plant growth, and tiger lilies appear around her grave, and she bows to her and she walks away.
Orion steps forward with Fred by his side, and he'll say, "Your music will always be an inspiration for me, Neri. Thank you very much." And Fred will approach Neri and gently touch her hand, and they will back up again.
Fury will walk up and when I met you and Cole, we traveled together for a bit, and I have to admit, thought you were a little annoying at first, always with the good mood and the music at the worst times, but you made me a better person. And now I'm going to have to live out the rest of my days trying to uphold the person that you've made me. And then in Infernal, I will say, because Tiefling bros, I will say, I got you killed and I'm very sorry, and I'll spend the rest of my days making up for that mistake. And I'll step away.
And very quickly, Question will go forward and take the sketch that she drew earlier with Cole and also place it in her tomb with her. Say, I know we didn't know each other for as long as you knew these guys, but I mean, you always made me smile, and I'm pretty sure you made these guys smile, and I think wherever you are, you're still gonna play music, and I think we'll still be able to hear it. And she backs away. And you swear in the back of your, almost like it quickly comes like behind you, like in a breeze, and float away, you do hear like a familiar tune that she would play when you were like resting at camp at night, like when you traveled through, when you were traveling to Bazazan for those 2 weeks. And she would like play music at night. And even remember having an argument the first few nights. You're like, dude, like we face like a moorbound. Like there's shit out here that wants to eat us. Like, don't play music. What are you doing? And she was like, oh, come on. I'll play quietly. It'll be fine. And think of those kind of times with her. And once it's clear you are all done, also reminiscent of that first big fight against the shark back in the grotto at the Festival of Jagao, you see that pillar of moonlight as the clouds part and the moon hits its apex, and it shines right through the skylight that they made in her tomb and lights up her tomb, and like from here to here on her body, basically from her head to like mid torso. And the cleric starts saying last rites with phrases like, may the light of the moon and the light of our Sehanin light your way along your path in this world and the next. We thank you for bringing these friends together. We thank you for making a difference. We thank you for your blade and your songs. And this is not a goodbye, but a thank you. And you will be seen again. And then they have 2 others help put the lid on top. And you'll see where the moonlight now hits the top of the stone. Nessa is gonna like take that ornate dagger off her belt again and look at it and go, I was gonna carry this, and I was gonna take up your call for vengeance, but somehow I get the feeling that you don't want that anymore. and she's gonna leave the dagger on top where that moonlight hits. So the moonlight reflects off the inlay and some of the gems that are embedded in the sheath of this dagger, and leave it there. And the cleric steps back and gestures like he's finished, and he's saying, "You can have as much time as you'd like. One of our staff will stay here to wait till you're done to bring you down, because you need someone to work the elevators, right? Because they're like old school rope pull."
Yeah. Now what do we do?
Getting drunk.
Nessa says, "I like this plan."
Sounds like a fucking plan.
Sounds good.
And as you leave and head back to a tavern that is somewhat near where you're staying, so that way you can just stumble home and not have to worry about getting yourselves back to your lodgings at a very intense level of intoxication. It's almost...
Real quick.
Yeah.
When headed to the tavern, I want to kind of... But first of all, I want to, like, kind of gauge how approachable Anna looks at the moment.
She's doing better, I would say. After she, shared that prayer, essentially a goodbye prayer for the dead, she's accepting it. Grief is different for everybody, right? People can suppress it for as long as they can, right? But Anna's slowly accepting it. You can see the hurt on her, right? She wears it on her sleeve. She's not trying to hide it. But she is approachable.
Okay, in that case, Fury will kind of sidle next to Anna. You did everything you could have done. No blame befalls you. Tonight we celebrate the person she was. Tomorrow we get to fucking business and make her death mean something.
Neri.
Yeah.
And as you are all walking to your tavern of choice, it feels like the moonlight tonight is unnaturally bright, almost. And it seems to always, even when there's like cloud cover, it does seem like there's almost beams of it that escape and seem to be sticking with you guys as you walk to your destination for the evening. And that is where we will end it for tonight, saying goodbye.
Seems like a good place to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
gonna
at
get drunk.
we're at time
that's a
anyway,
roleplay.
but
Dude, roleplay in my D&D is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
so
Man,
when we have our next
Awesome.
session, we'll meet Briar's next iteration, the new Briar's new character.
man, we're
So
gonna
that'll
stand
be
up fucking
exciting.
Business.
Neri 2, Electric Boogaloo.
In Eerie too. Surprise! You go back and it's Easter weekend. She's gonna pull a Jesus and resurrect, and she's gonna be like, "I'm back."
I'll fucking
3 days later. Oh, hi guys.
But she'll be an undead.
put her back in that fucking box, dude.
But she'll be an undead instead.
She'll be undead at that point.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I just hold out my symbol with the Stormlord. No!
Yeah,
no!
it'll be Neri, and you'll think she's fine until Cole casts a turn undead, and all of a sudden she's freaking out, and you're like, "Oh no!"
Brains.
Alrighty. Thanks
that
for
was,
watching,
fucking hell,
everyone. Briar, thanks for... Hey, Briar, that's it's kind of like the closest you'll ever get in real life to getting, like, attend your own funnel, is, like, getting to be there to
That
watch a
is.
funeral for your TTRPG character.
Dude,
So how was that, Briar?
Jesus Christ.
We will let you know our next session on socials, because I'm not 100% sure when it's going to be right now, because I think there was an issue for next Saturday. We have 2 people who can't make
It's
it.
my birthday.
It is Dutch's
having
birthday.
Family over in the afternoon. I'm going out to dinner with the homies in the
Yeah.
evening, so I'll be busy.
The homies.
Yeah.
And I definitely,
Hell yeah.
in an
touch grass.
in an ideal world, we have everyone for our next session because new character. But if it's gonna be like eons, if we don't, we don't. It is what it is.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We'll finagle something as you know.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the reveal.
Can we change our team name to the Finaglers?
Maybe. So who knows? Maybe if anyone was being
There's too
super
much,
observant.
like, there's too much opportunity there to like accidentally misspeak and say something really bad.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So-
probably.
Yeah, if anyone was being super observant, who knows? You might have already had a hint at Briar's next character today. So thanks for
Yeah.
hanging, everybody.
I know
I-
exactly. Okay.
Yep.
There's one NPC that you
Sure
described
did.
like very intensely, and I'm like, yeah, you know. Yeah. There's one NPC that you.
I described all 3 NPCs with equal intensity of the group you're talking about, and I made a
Well, that's
point to
fucking
make sure
cap,
of
Laura,
it.
because one of them still lives here, the rest doesn't. So
See what
that's
you
cap.
I.
No, I'm bullshitting. Like I already know. Me and Briar had talks because
Yeah.
if I was to decide to let Fury
You were gonna come in
fuck
together.
off, me and Briar would have come in together as a,
Yeah.
as a duo package.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
I know
Makes a
exactly.
lot of
I know kind of what Briar is.
Oh, okay. Right.
Unless
So, yeah.
those plans change. in the
Who
last,
knows?
like,
Maybe.
3 or 4 days.
I mean, Briar makes characters like people like change their clothes, so
Yeah,
you
but
never
one
know.
of the characters you described did resemble the thing that they showed me. That's why I'm like, oh, I think, yeah, you know what I mean? I think I know.
Alright. So we will see y'all soon, hopefully. TM again. I will post on Twitter, Discord, and I also it is the one thing I'm most regular about using the Twitch schedule feature for. Is whenever we get a date locked for this, I immediately add it to my Twitch schedule. So that's also a good way to know when our next session is. Thanks
Cool.
everybody for bearing with us at our late night session, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.